Hi everybody, it's me. I'm back. I'm working on the winter project today. I'm going to lower this a little bit so we can see it. And yeah, I've been pulling this out and playing with it since yesterday afternoon. I hope this finds everybody well. Yeah. The sun is shining in here. It's been raining and dreary for several days in a row. I'm just sitting in my chair soaking up the sun. I feel very relaxed and at peace, which is a good thing for me because I can be a little bit of a moody person. Okay, the bird is going down. Initially, I thought I was going to put some flower petals behind it or something along that line. However, I'm not sure how much stitching I'm going to do on the bird. So I think I'm not going to put anything behind it. I don't think I'm going to heavily stitch the bird because the last time I did that, I wasn't very happy with my outcome. But that does not mean that, you know, that's not the right thing to do. I am hoping, would have been nice if I'd done this before I turned the camera on. Yeah, I know. Sure would have. That's perfect. So this is just sewing thread. It is not embroidery floss. And I'm looking to see if I have. There it is. I know I pulled out some more. Preparation. Not my strong suit, obviously. I like that. I'm not sure. I think that's... You see my dilemma here? There's not anything quite right. I mean, a lot of this is just black. Maybe I should go with black to begin with. And we will... Oh gosh, really? There it is. The box was backwards, so I thought I had the wrong box. Sorry, I know this is really in your face. Oh my gosh. My pudgy little finners. My pudgy finners. Okay. I'm going to start small. Because I have to see if I like what I'm doing. And like I said, I don't want to go real heavy on the stitching because I tend not to like my heavy thread painting stitches. So I'm just going to do a little bit here. Now this is one strand of 6-strand embroidery floss. This is Anchor embroidery floss, which in the United States can be found in Joann's stores. And I'm just trying to put this little guy where he belongs. And I'm going to not do too much. As I say that, now I'm filling in that whole black space. Anyhow, I finished my pink star. I'm very happy with it. I really enjoyed beading it. I forgot how much I really enjoy beading fabric. And free-forming the star, the inside of the star, with stitches and fabric and threads and beads and beads and beads and beads. Oh, I loved doing it. I can't afford to do it all the time. I'm lucky that a lot of my beads are beads that I've purchased in the past. And it's very, very fun to use all the odd beads that I have. What's not so fun is putting everything away when I'm done with a specific project. It makes me just want to make more of them, so I use up all of the supplies and I don't have to put them back. But my brain will not let me move on to the next project until I clean up the previous one. I just can't. I mean, I have pink thread still sitting here. It's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy that it's sitting there because I'm not using pink. That was a nylon embroidery thread that I used to put the beads on. It was just the easiest thing for me to grab. Oh, I should have put him so he was grabbing that berry out in his mouth. Oh, well. I didn't want to cover too much of my stitching here, so yeah. That's where that came from. Now that's kind of a brownish there. That's sort of a brown there. That's the stem that he's standing on, the branch. Kind of thinking maybe I should have cut that away a little more. But anyway, all right, we're going to go down here. I'm going to do a few little stitches along here. And then I have some ideas for flowers and stuff, so I'm going to move on to those in a little bit here. Just let me get this guy tacked down with the black parts being stitched in. Of course, there's a lot of them, so I might just do this part and then you really can't see the black thread at all, so I mean it pops a little bit if you look very closely. I've seen some wonderful ideas on the videos of a few people I watch for upcoming projects for the new year. I have one little one in mind. I was thinking of maybe doing it for the 100-day project, but I don't know that I want to commit to the 100-day project. That's the problem. It might just be a project for me to work on and video here and there as I'm doing it. Ow! Yowie! These needles in my wool pad, I just scratched my finger on them. So that's why I'm yelping, in case you were wondering. So Corrine and Susanna have started a Facebook page, and they are setting up some projects with Calm Creations. And so they are doing some upcoming projects. The Roxy Creation girls, Sarah and Rachel, they are coming up with some upcoming projects, and it sounds like theirs will be projects that you can use, maybe pouches and stuff like that. Don't know if I'll join in on that or not. Because you know, so many people do the projects. If you get so many people doing them, people get tired of watching people do the same project over and over and over. You know, it's, even though you might do yours completely different, like I'm using blues in my winter Stitch the Season projects, but mine is different from everybody else's. So I don't know if people get tired of that or not. And that's something you have to take into consideration when you're a YouTube creator is, you know, people get tired of the same things over and over and over again. I don't know. Just like if I'm sitting and beading, you know, a project like the star that I posted yesterday, in its finished form, I don't know if people want me to sit here and do that. You know, am I keeping you company while you're stitching? I don't know. I sit and watch other people while I'm stitching because I don't like to just sit here by myself and feel lonely. So, so I turn on other people's videos and love watching, and, you know, I glance over and see what they're doing. And I like seeing the finished project or the project in progress even. And all of that. I love seeing other people be creative in ways that I don't think of being creative. Like, could I have taken some other fabric and done this bird? Yeah. Would it have worked for me? No, I wouldn't have liked it. You know, when I see Corrine pull fabrics out and use a different fabric for every petal of a flower, I'm envious. That's not how my brain works. I like, what's it called? Oh, the word was right on the tip of my tongue and I lost it. Consistency? I don't know. I guess that's the word for it. But when she does it, it's gorgeous. When other people do it, it's gorgeous. I've been watching Linny P's place because she's doing the Stitch the Seasons as well. And I mean, she's put together some really, and Dottie B, they both do wonderful things, but my brain doesn't work that way. I don't know. I'm a very literal, like, not literary, but literal, like literal things. Like, I take things literally. I don't know if I'm making sense, but anyway, that's my personality. And so even though I like to think of myself as maybe thinking outside the box, I really don't. Not as much as some other people are capable of doing. One thing I do want to work on is I have a quilt. I don't know if I mentioned this before. I think I mentioned it way back. I have a quilt that my Nana, my grandmother, my mother's mother, made for my cousin. Now, I never got a quilt from Nana. I was one of the last few kids to come along, so I don't know if she wasn't quilting anymore by then or what. Or maybe at some point I had one and my mother ditched. I don't know. Anyway, it's just a scrap quilt, like just pieces of fabric were sewn to a backing. And when my cousin got married one time, one of the times she got married, she had to leave her home for safety reasons. And her ex-husband gave the quilt, threw the quilts in the cat room or something, and they destroyed the quilt. I mean, destroyed the quilt. And so I brought the quilt home with us when we went up to Maine this past year. in the fall, in the autumn. We went to Maine, and I brought the quilt home with me, and I have not touched it since. And one of the things I want to do is take that quilt and cut out the good pieces and put them together to make a smaller quilt for my cousin. She told me to keep it, but I want to give it back to her. And she's a few years older than I am, so I don't want to wait too long. You know, I'm no spring chicken. I'll be 68 in May. I'm not old, but I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Okay, that's pretty. I'm gonna put some bright blue on there. Yes, I think I will. What is this? Sulky Polylite. I don't love polyester thread. Let's use, I'm going to go with this. I like this. Okay. And so I'm going to pull it apart. It's like there are parts of it that are literally shredded. But she did say that one of her other friends did take part of the quilt, and I think she made a pillow or something out of it. But, you know, it's one of those things that if it was from her grandmother, our grandmother, I would like to give that back to her in hopefully just a smaller, let's see, in a smaller form. But it really is not, like, it's not a quilt pattern at all. Ow, those needles are very, even though they're sticking in my wool mat sharp side down, they're sharp. The eye end of them are sharp. I keep catching my fingers on them. Yeah. But I don't know if I would do that on camera. I don't know. I'd have to take it downstairs to the big table I have down there, where my cutting mat and my fabric cutting tools are, my rotary blades and all that, rulers. And I would have to, don't know why there's thread ends sticking up there. I would have to, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Can you see the little V's I'm putting in here? I'll zoom you out just a bit, but in closer than where you were. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. And then maybe if I'm hand stitching it together, I may machine sew the pieces together and then hand stitch from that point on to sort of quilt the quilt. But that would just be me sitting here stitching, so you probably don't want to see that. Boy, the sun went back under a cloud, and I can feel the temperature difference just sitting here in my chair. Oopsies. Come on, Martha. Thank you. Okay. That's what I've done. Now, again, I don't want to do real heavy stuff here. So I'm just going to go through we went to Costco this morning. So today's Thursday. No idea what the date is. It's the Thursday between Christmas and New Year. And I gotta put one more just stitch up there. And there was almost nobody there. Like, compared to normal, Costco was like, I've never walked around Costco and had so few people in it in our, I don't know how many years we've been going there. Probably 10 or 15. So it was very strange. I mean, there were people in there. And then I saw a guy. Now, only the older people in this crowd would appreciate this. There was a guy walking around with an Atari in his cart, an Atari game. And I'm like, wait, where did he get the Atari? And I walked up and down the aisles. I could not find another Atari. So I don't know where he got it. There were PlayStations in there, but I didn't see any Ataris. I'm like, wow, I'd love to have an Atari back. So if you're of that age, you can appreciate that. I loved playing Breakout and Pong, and yeah, it just was, Pac-Man was okay. I did not go crazy over Pac-Man. My kids did. But I loved playing Pong, where you just boing, 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 and it goes faster and faster and faster. I loved that game. Good for us old people to play stuff like that. Like Tony does word search puzzles. I do this. Because I'm crazy like that. I like a good word search puzzle too. Oh, the sun is back out. Of course, I'm out of thread. I don't know that I can make this. Can I? Can she do it? Can she make it? Maybe I can. One more. One more stitch. Yeah, so I walked around trying to find that, but we just got what we needed. We needed nuts and avocados and more nuts. And what else did we get? Figs for Tony. Yeah. And then we went to Kohl's, and Tony wanted to find just like a regular pair of sweatpants, no elastic at the bottom, and sweatshirts. Just pull over, good old-fashioned sweatshirts. And everything they had there was brand name, you know, Champion, Nike, whatever, and very expensive. Okay, I'll finish his little beak. I got to do some blue up here. Am I even on screen? I have to do some blue up here, some brown and gray in here, white. I have to do his eye, which I'll probably put a bead in there. Yeah. I may cut one of these out of the fabric, these little berries, and put it up near his mouth. I wish I realized that. I could have moved him down a little bit. I have to do his feet, his little feet right here. Some bits in here, but I think that's all I'm going to do with him. All right, let me show you my idea for my flower. I had an idea, and then I had a better idea. Then I had another idea. I'm not sure where I'm going to put my poem yet. I'm not sure if it's going to go like down here. And I don't know if it'll be a poem I make up again like I did in the autumn one, or if it will be something I find, or just a saying. I'm not sure yet. I do need to work on that though, so I know how much space I need to keep. Okay, here's my idea for the flower. The problem is I don't know where to put this flower because I don't know where anything else is going other than the bird. So maybe I'll come down here. So I think I'm going to go like this with the large pieces. So I'm going to stitch those down, and then, and those are big. I know they're big. Where's my other little pieces? And then I'm taking the shiny fabric that I cut out petals from. I'm going to put them in between like that. Isn't that pretty? What do you think? Yeah? Okay, back up. I know, I'm zooming you in and out a lot. You'll survive. So, the other thing is that I have these to cut out. And I need to put them down too. That could go, not that. And then I could put this over the top of it and layer it. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, let's work on this little thing here. Okay. So, I have silver thread. Do I want to go that thick? I also have this white opalescent. This stuff is tricky to work with. Let's see. And this has been sitting in my basement for a while, I think. Okay, I had to get the top open there. Oh boy. Now, will that show? Ooh, it shows up pink. When I hold it in the air, it looks green. Do I want that? I don't know. I think I'm going back to this. Excuse me. Decisions. Decisions are the hardest. As our friend Rachel says. Of course, the blue is pretty. Oh my. How about this really pretty variegated finding it? How about that? Oh, that's pretty too, isn't it? It's got some variegated. I get to use my variegated. Sorry. I apologize for the throat clearing. Alrighty. Yes. Move all these out of the way. Move that out of the way before I stab myself with it. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm actually filming this from 2 different angles. I'm going to try an experiment, which is going to mean editing. So we'll see how this works. I have a camera to my right. It might be all you're seeing in that is my the back of my hand doing a lot of stuff, so I don't know. And I don't know if I can merge my two videos into one program or not. We shall see. I don't know. I might be doing this the wrong way. Now, is this too turquoise? This might be too turquoisey looking rather than light blue. It's looking awful turquoisey. I'm also struggling with, see, if I don't like it, I rip it out. I'm just not dealing with it. If I don't like it, I know it's going to annoy me forever. So, I did cut out the little snowman. However, the little snowman has red and green in it. And I really, really, really wanted to stay with blue and white and silver. So the little snowman might be snuck into a corner, and his red and green might actually end up having some stitches over them in blue, which might be the way I go. Okay, I'm going to do something different on this one. The golf course people are out doing something on the tee that isn't open. I know my hand is just slamming right in front of that other camera I'm using. Oh, get out of there, please. No hiding. You're not allowed back there. Now see, this doesn't look like the right blue either. But it looks a little less teal to me. When I look at this, that looks blue to me. I'm so confused. Get over there. Yeah, I'll tell you, if I had found that Atari game, I would have snagged it. It was weird though, because the guy was standing there and he was opening the box. So I'm not sure where he got it from and why the box would have been open. I saw that and I said to Tony, I'm going to go hunt that down. However, I failed. So it happens. Now this is just white fake craft felt. I call it fake because it's not wool. I'm envious of people in other countries that can get real 100% wool felt. Boy, I pulled these way too far over there. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to snag it back with my needle. It is softer than the other fake felt that I have. The brown stuff I use on the back of the hoops when I'm doing those embroideries. There. Fun stuff. Now this is where Corrine would take all different types of fabrics and make the other leaves out of other things, like this. Now, could I do that? I'm not as brave as she is. I'm not as good at it as she is either. I could do that, right? Yeah, do it down that way. And I can never tell the right side from the wrong side on this stuff. It's going to be stitched down. Nobody will know. Nobody else will know. Okay. Do I have? Nope, that's that. What are these? Nope. Excuse me. Okay. 6 strands, but I'm going to, oh, this is not 6 strands. This is 3. So this must have been a piece I chopped off. 1, 2, 3. We shall do 3. Okay. Getting brave, Martha. We're getting brave. Thinking outside the box, which is where Corrine lives, outside the box, which is a compliment when it comes to creativity. Now, I did see Christine, Create and Craft with Christine. I saw her do a video today, and one of the people in her group, her Facebook group, and one of her subbies does something with orts. And this is my ort can. It's a huge, I mean, I keep compressing it down. What was that? Beads. Where you make little, what they call baubles, or little balls with the orts. I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing that for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. And then you can use them in other projects, or you can string them up to make a little not banner. What's the word? You know, string them up so they hang down. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. I think it was Kim. Was it Kim? She kept saying Kim. I don't think it was Kim. Maybe it was Kim. There, did I distort that lace too much? Maybe. Now that means I have to go find other fabric to make. How about this? Would that be too dark? Too heavy? Too weird? Let's give it a shot. This is 100% wool felt. I really should order some more from this lady. She's local. Oh, that's kind of big. We're gonna trim you down just a little bit. You're overwhelming everything. Okay. Alrighty. See, I feel like it's weird because it's not the same all around, and I don't do well with that. It's not cohesive to me. But, you know, that could be my ADD, OCD, trying to be a perfectionist self and lacking self-confidence person coming out. I'm going to put this one down here because there's going to have to be another one. This is really, you're still a little bit long. Kind of trim you down there. Just a niche. Okay. So I'm going to put you there. I think I'm going to put you there. I'm going to keep using the same thread, but I'm just going to do something a little different. So we took down all of our Christmas stuff. Well, I didn't. Tony did. Took down all the Christmas stuff yesterday. It looked so funny when I walked back in the living room that it was all gone. The living room was like a time warp. It went back to the way it was before Christmas. So yep. And I've started keeping track of things on a calendar. We'll see if I can keep doing that. I seem to do it for a month, maybe 2. And then it sort of fades off into the sunset. And I'm keeping a little journal of what I'm doing here on YouTube. And trying to be better about keeping track of that. And I am, zoom in a little bit. I'm just going around the edge of this because felt does not fray. Felt is a wonderful, wonderful material. And I'm trying to keep a regular journal to keep things like anxiety and uncontrolled worry out of my head. So if I put it on paper, I can let it go. So I'm going to try and keep all 3 of those habits up. And hopefully do better this year by myself, for myself. We'll see. You know? Ow. Just put my finger right on that. Okay, so I need 2 more. I don't know what I'm going to use though, because I did not plan this. Whoopsies. Something just fell. Oh, felt. Ooh, squirrel just went running across. Hello. Is there anything else here for me to use? Let's see. I guess I could cut that and do another lace one. I needed blue fabric, right? I needed some blue fabric. Okay, blue fabric. That's too thick. That could work. Look at that. A leaf already cut out. Well, not already cut out. Oop, that's going to be a little small. Aha! Okay. This kills me to cut into this. I hope you know that. Corrine, this is all because of you. This is not my normal MO. Trust me. Not my normal MO. Oops, that guy goes over there. Let's see. It's close. It's close. It's a little smaller. But that's okay. It's all right. It's okay. All right. So, normally I would do this in odd numbers, but I didn't. So I put these two across from each other. I should have done 5 around, and I didn't. It's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm going to let it go. All right. We're going to try this thread here. Different strokes for different folks. Different threads for different petals. And we are coming up on time. I'm going to have to stop doing this and show you what happens in the next video, because this has gotten a little long for you all. Hopefully you grabbed something to work on and you are stitching your own stuff. I hope. Yep, so let's recap. Corinne's got hers and Susanna's projects to do, plus her own projects that she comes up with all the time. And Christine has projects in mind for her own, her own ideas. And there's the Roxy girls. Susanna at Vintage Blend Studio has kits out to do a calendar, and so far I got nothing. Well, the one little bland idea that I have none of my own ideas at this point. So of course that's frustrating me a little bit. As I see everybody else thinking up these great ideas on their own that they're sharing with other people. And I'm just kind of plodding along here. Ow. Just stabbed my finger from underneath. Okay. In my attempt to not unthread my needle, I sort of left my tail really long. Yeah, my idea when we were doled out the idea gene back in the beginning of our lives, I think I got cheated a little bit. Both my brothers were very school smart too, especially the brother that was 8 years older than me. Nylon threads. He had a couple of different master's degrees. He was a very smart guy. But me, I didn't do so hot in school. School was not my happy place, that's for sure. Give me something to do with my hands, I'm a lot happier person. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm still going to put that shiny fabric on top of these. I'll show you in just a minute. Because, you know, poinsettias are layered flowers. See? It's got little ones in the center and bigger ones, and then the bottom leaves. So they're layered. So I want to, what a mess. My table is not very large, so I'm really squished for space here at the moment. Okay, so we're going to take these out. We shall. And these are going to go in between here. That'll be pretty. So I'll just put those on. Maybe with that opalescent thread. We'll see. We'll see how they look. And then yeah. So we'll put those on and see how that goes. So I will see you in the next one. Not sure what I'll be working on in the next video. It might be this, and it might be something else. I don't know, because I don't have a whole lot of ideas going at the time. Alrighty, everybody. Take care, everyone. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it very much. Happy crafting, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.